Hey guys, it's CSFan001 here for part 3 of Let's Play Destroy All Humans 2 to 100% on the PS4. Last time, we discovered who Coyote Bongwater was, and that he's collaborating with the Soviets. This time we're going to talk to the Freak again and hopefully get our saucer repaired. If it's not this mission, it better be the next one, because we really need to. Now, sometimes characters will only talk to you if you're in a certain disguise. In this case, you have to talk to the Freak while in a hippie disguise, or else you will not be able to talk to him. So just keep that in mind.
How's it hanging, Freak? Listen, I need a little more info.
All right, but hurry it up, will you? You're making me nervous.
Don't worry, I'm not evil or anything. I'm not usually going to click on the small talk because that just kind of takes up time.
Here's the thing.
Unless you guys want me to.
I found Bongwater, but he got away before I could ice him.
Whoa. I don't know, man. You didn't tell me you were gonna get violent.
You didn't ask. Smart hippie.
Okay. Maybe I've heard some things. He's gone underground and come up with a new plan to distribute his revelade.
That voice, though.
Great. What's that wacko up to now?
Get this. Somehow he got his hands on a whole bunch of blimps.
Blimps? What's he gonna do? Start a tire company?
It's not what's on the outside, man. It's what's on the inside. Gas. He's gonna gas the whole city with revelade.
Wow, that's so wild it might just work.
So,
well, I'll tell you
basically,
this,
we have to destroy those blimps before they can destroy the city.
Scheme's gonna work.
Whatever. Hey, you coming to Jade's party?
What? No, I'm gonna blow up Bongwater's blimps full of revelade. Didn't you hear me?
Easy, man. Mellow out.
What am I doing talking to this creep?
Good job saying that right in front of him. He's probably so high anyway, it wouldn't matter. So, this mission we have to take down those blimps. Now the thing about this is, you might think, you know, what's the big harm in this? Aren't they trying to destroy all the humans? Well, that's not really their true goal of being on this planet.
That's so moronic, it just might work. Luckily, I've detected more data calls from the mothership nearby, containing repair parts you can use to get the saucer up and flying. Once you're in the air,
sounds good.
You blow up blimps to your heart's content.
Gotcha. I'll snatch up those repair pods and swing back to the saucer. Oh yeah, it's payback time.
Sounds good to me, guys. So the thing is, even though it would make sense almost just to let all the people get killed around here, because that seems like their initial goal, that's not technically their true goal. Because the reason the Furons came to Earth was to harvest pure Furon DNA, and the reasoning behind that is, well, that's very dangerous to do, but that's kind of a safer way to do it, but you're automatically going to get detected. So you kind of just want to run around as quickly as you can here and just use up your disguises whenever you get the chance, because it's just going to make things a little bit safer for you. Okay, these guys are guarded by the army, but at least we now have a slightly upgraded weapon. So the army guys are much tougher than the cops, and I was... Thank you, geez, that was harder than it should have been. So the army guys are much tougher than the cops. They can take 2 or 3 times as much damage usually, so you gotta be a little more careful when dealing with them. Blue alert level is acceptable though. It's not that dangerous yet, but it will get to at the next alert level when we get to yellow. But they came to Earth to harvest pure Furon DNA from humans. The DNA was left here following something known as the Furon-Martian War, in which the Furons won the war and rendered Mars uninhabitable, which is actually kind of funny. That's the reason why Mars is uninhabitable in this timeline.
I feel so...
Grab that. Make him forget real quick, even though I don't really think it would make a difference, because we're going to probably get detected again in a second. You don't have to do all this stuff in stealth, but oftentimes it does make things easier to try to do it in Body Snatch. It can be a little bit safer, at least. I think that's a KGB. Oh, wait, no, he's not. It's just a typical character model. I thought it was KGB from afar, though. He kind of looked it. So one way we can kind of do this is if you just free love all the characters around it, you can easily walk in and pick it up and they won't even detect you. That's a nice, safe, easy way to do this mission if you really want to, or you can go in and kill everything, but I wouldn't necessarily always recommend doing that. At least not yet, because our weapons are not all that heavily upgraded yet. I mean, we've only bought like one upgrade, and over time your alert level goes down, which is nice. And let's see, so yeah, I was talking about why they came to Earth. That's the main reason they came, is because they need the pure Furon DNA, because even though the Furons are technically somewhat immortal because they can clone themselves, the problem with that is that each time they do it, there's like a higher risk of, you know, genetic mutations, failures, inbreeding style situations, etc. And one of those guys has a bazooka. Those guys are really, really dangerous. You got to be very careful around them. So in order to prevent their themselves from basically cloning themselves into extinction, they were sent here to recover pure Furon DNA. Crypto 138 is a clone made from the original Crypto and Crypto 137, because Crypto 137 was the character of the first game. Crypto 137 has died for unknown reasons and been taken over by Crypto 138, who was a much more highly improved clone with pure Furon DNA. And that was a really bad place for that to happen. But he has pure Furon DNA, including the package, which I can assume you probably can guess what that is. If not, then get ready for a long game, because you probably don't get most of the references then. He's like, beam me up, Scotty. That's kind of funny. I guess that's a Star Trek reference. At least I think it is. Never was big into Star Trek, though. Okay, so we made it back to our saucer. Oh, yeah.
Right on. Time to boogie.
Let's roll. Enter the cockpit. And I will normally skip this, but I just wanted to show it off once because it's our first time entering the saucer. So, in the saucer, you can rain down death and destruction upon just about anything. Your weapons are square, as it says. The gene blender is down. We can't do that yet. Circle, we can't do yet either. Cloak. I don't know what the cloak button is. So, the cloak is going to keep you safe. Okay, it's L2. Got it. And you just have to tap it. Okay, that's good. So, the cloak is going to keep you safe whenever you want to use it. And you have to... I'm trying to talk about so many things right now. It's showing us how to do this. You can drain vehicles just like this, so that's how you're going to refill your saucer health, is what I'm trying to get at. And we're going to start abducting a few people, because we are going to need to abduct people throughout the course of the game. It's a major facet of the game, so... I'm going to abduct them. And we got all that health refilled, which is good. So the Revelade is starting to increase. We can't have that happen. So while Cloak, that's going to be the safest way to travel, but it's not always going to be possible because it takes a while to refill.
Destroy those blips quickly, Crypto, because if the Revelade level reaches 100% saturation, our Bay City brain farm will be turned into a useless den of unmotivated degenerates sitting in front of their TV screens, twiddling their thumbs.
Isn't that kind of what America already is anyway?
Another wave of those infernal blips.
I hope I don't get, like, copyrighted for music in this game, because I think this game does have some, like, real-life music and everything, so if I think that the music might get copyrighted somewhere, I might have to just cut off the audio in that section when I'm editing. So just be ready for that. Hopefully I won't, but I might have to, I don't know. Yeah, this is probably copyrighted, so I will probably end up cutting out the in-game audio for this, just so that I don't end up getting, like, copyrighted or anything. So, now that we are on Orange alert level, Orange is military plus tanks, and some SAM sites, so it's one of the more dangerous alert levels you can get on. Fortunately, they aren't doing too much to us yet. Hopefully taking it a little easy on us. Square, we got that. We don't yet have any of the other weapons, though. I haven't really shown off that weapon select wheel yet anyway. So we're going to go Cloak real quick and try to get a little bit closer to one of these blimps. So yeah, it'll also show you what upgrades you purchased in that menu, which is really nice. And looks like we've only got one more blimp to take out, but I assume there's probably another wave. So that's the SAM sites down there. They're harmless to you if you're on the ground, though if you're on this high of alert level on the ground, it's probably not going to end so well for you. That's not what I actually intended to do. There we go. Got some health refilled on the saucer. So yeah, the cars don't do too much for you, but the tanks and stuff will last longer, so those are usually a little bit better to abduct. And we got another SAM site up here, but that's okay because we took everything out. So it looks like we are okay. Bonus Buretech cells, 5. Awesome. It's not a whole lot, but it can't hurt to have. So at this point, we can now see that there are multiple things going on the map.
Go talk to the freak and find out where Bongwater's hiding.
I would like to do that, but you guys can see there's actually quite... Oh, Gene Blends. I guess I'll talk about the side missions in a second. Gene Blends, you hit X, and you can go into it and see what you need to do. So Gene Blends will upgrade your various abilities. So in this case, once we have taken control, once we have abducted 4 male hippies from the United States, you can body snatch them at twice the rate. In this case, it's female hippies, 5 of them from the United States. And that's the only 2 we currently have access to, so I will be showing off all the Gene Blends over the course of the game, which is good. Some of the Gene Blends can get a little bit tougher later on just because of some of the people you have to find for them. Ooh, wow, Urbans. That's actually kind of nice because Urbans are kind of rare in Bay City compared to the hippies, whereas Urbans are not usually too hard to find in the later areas. So that's actually kind of good that we're getting some Urbans now. That'll make my job a little bit easier later on. Any humans that you have collected over time will remain stored in there, basically, until you need them, which is quite helpful as well. More than enough hippies around here, though, so this won't be a problem at all, but the ability to body snatch them a little bit faster is definitely going to be helpful as well. Alright, we have enough for that. New Gene Blends, Squaresville. Urbans, we got it. And female hippies. And now we just need female Urbans here. And we'll have another Gene Blend completed. So whenever, I just try to abduct a lot of people because you never know how many you're going to end up needing over the course of the game, because you are going to need to capture a lot of people because there's about 42 Gene Blends in the game, I want to say it is. I believe it's 42 exactly. There's some that are considered common Gene Blends that are done over multiple areas, and then there's some that are very area specific, like they only call for people within a specific area, and I think we might actually have enough now. And then sometimes you're going to need people from one area in the ones in a different area. Alright, so now we need cops and army. And don't really have enough for any more yet, but hopefully we can... The army can be a little bit tough to get just because of the fact that usually the alert level is going to go up to the point where you're getting attacked by tanks and such and not by actual soldiers. But generally, each area of the game is going to have at least one small section of it that's good for abducting people. Do we have any other landing zones unlocked? Yes, we do. Okay, that's actually kind of good. I'm actually glad that we have that, because I might want to head over there, maybe do a couple of the Ark-Voodle landing sites when we get a chance, just because having more landing sites is obviously not a bad thing. It's going to make life a little bit easier over the course of the game. So what we're doing now is we're going to head over to the wharf over here. So this is San Francisco, by the way. It's this universe's version of San Francisco. And over here is the military depot. Oh, wow, look at that. Right there, we got an APC, which will hopefully drop some soldiers when I lift it up. Perfect! Now if they will all just bail out. Perfect! It's not always going to work after that, but let's see if we can... Oh, that was an urban? Oh, I think I might have killed all of them. There we go, there's an army. There's an army. No cops out here, unfortunately. Not many of... Oh, wow, there were cops right there. Okay, then. You gotta be careful for your health here. It's very easy to lose track of your health and total a saucer. And done. So now we can body snatch pretty much everyone in Bay City at half the rate. And now we have Kremlin Hoodwink. This one is actually going to take place over the entirety of the first 4 areas of the game. So that is actually a very, very long Gene Blend. It's going to take a very long time to complete because it's going to require 1 KGB agent from each of the first 4 areas. There are 5 total areas, but the 5th area doesn't have KGB in it. 5th area hardly has any Gene Blends anyway. So let's land and look around at... Okay, it looks like we got one at Coit Tower. That'll be a good one to go for. Let's go ahead and activate that one. Do another landing zone, because we kind of need one right now, so... I'm going to let these guys open up the APC, and I am going to free love them. So as you can see, they take longer to free love, because they're tougher. He's got the bazooka. That could have been really bad, because he had a bazooka. But I got rid of him first. Alright, so let's go find that landing zone and see what Mr. Argvoodle needs from us. I am also going to call off the alert, since we're right here at a phone box. There are phone boxes in every area, which is nice.
Police dispatch, is this an emergency? Target eliminated.
And there's actually only 28 story missions in the game total, which is actually quite a bit. This is going to be a little bit longer of a Let's Play than normal, because there are a lot of story missions and side missions to do. But there's about 28 story missions, so a lot of them can be kind of long, so just keep that in mind just going forward, because it's going to take a while to finish some of these missions in this Let's Play in general. Because we've only finished like 3 story missions so far. What would you like?
Bring me humans, alive and squirming, that I may suck up their life force like Voltarian linguinipedes in spicy solar clan sauce.
Okay then.
Argvoodle has spoken.
I will do that. I will do that. That's actually pretty simple, because some of the requirements are actually kind of tough, later on at least. And we got it.
Hunger is sated. Landing zone activated. It rhymes. I'm a poet and I know it not.
Good, you didn't actually use that cheapo rhyme that everyone can use. Alright, so you can't PK that often just yet. You are going to want to upgrade that over time, because it's not obviously all that upgraded yet. You can't get in the saucer if people are around it, so just also be careful about that. And then, yeah, no new Geemlins. I don't know why I hit that. Alright, so I think that we're running on a pretty good stopping point here as well. And next time, we will actually probably take on all 3 of these currently available side missions. And I'll be able to go more in depth into side missions in the next video. So I'm going to land, and I will see you guys then.